Alright, what's up guys, it's Light here with another video, and today's video is going to be the top 5 win natural 4 stars in Summoner's War. So the way I'm going to do this is I'm going to go from the honorable mentions, and then I'll go from 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. So I'll count down, so the last one will be number 1. Now this video is my opinion, so if you have different opinions, leave them down in the comments, that's fine with me, but this is my opinion. This isn't the best win nat 4s. It's my opinion of the best win nat 4s. So keep that in mind when watching this video. If you guys have any other ideas for videos, or especially top 5s in general, leave them down in the comments and we'll get to that video as soon as we can. So if you have any top 5s that you want to see, for example, top 5 win nat 5s or top 5 farmable win monsters or whatever, leave that down in the comments. Alright, so let's get into this list, guys. Alright, starting with the honorable mentions, the first honorable mention is going to go to Taurus. Now, simply put, Taurus is on this list because he is the best bomber that is not really hard to get, right? So Sierra, nat 5, you can't really count on getting her. Libeli, the Dark Joker, also Light Dark nat 4, so that's hard to get too. So Taurus is basically the best bomber that you can get pretty easily. So basically, this is a skill that's good. Installs a bomb that goes off after 2 turns and increase the attack bar. This detonates an electric bomb. It doesn't actually detonate anything, I don't think, but it basically increases the skill cooldown for 1 turn, so that's good too. And then the first skill just increases damage for each harmful effect. So you're going to build him with a lot of attack and accuracy like you would any bomber. So that's the first honorable mention. Alright, the second honorable mention is going to go to Acasis, the Wind Sylphid. Now, Acasis is mainly for beginners in this game. You'll use her a lot as a beginner. If you get her early, that's great. She'll help you out a lot. But once you get higher and higher to mid and then late game, you'll use her less and less. Basically, she's really good for beginners. So, she's great in Giant Speed 10 for beginners, dungeons in general, TOA, arena, guild battles, just everything. As a beginner, she'll do you pretty good. The shield is really good, and it also decreases chances of getting critted. Second, she has the heal, and then first skill is just a dot. So that's why Acasis is coming in as the second honorable mention. So now let's get into the top 5. Alright, so coming in at 5th place, guys, is going to be Fuuko, the Wind Lich. Now we have a few videos on Fuuko on our channel. Spyro really likes his Fuuko. He uses them in his Necro team. He farms Aiden Hell with him. So Fuuko is very good, especially in Necro and farming is where you'll mainly use him. Also, you can find uses for him in guild battles and arena. So basically, his first skill has the chance to put a speed debuff on the enemy. His second skill has a chance to defense break. And then if the enemy has a speed debuff, it'll replace that with a stun. So that's pretty good too. Now its passive is going to be create a shield every turn to absorb incoming damage proportionate to your level. So it creates a shield for him every turn. And every time someone attacks him, it'll put a speed debuff on them for 1 turn. So you have to be careful attacking Fuukos because you'll get a speed debuff on you. Which is of course not good. And then his leader skill, attack power 33% in arena. So Fuuko is coming in 5th place because of his great uses in Necro and farming. That's basically what he strives at. Alright, so coming at 4th place is Delphoid, the Wind Undyne. So Delphoid is probably the best immunity monster besides Velajewel, a natural 5-star. So that's why she's coming in at 4th. Delphoid is great in a lot of stuff. Delphoid is great in Giant Speed 10. Some people use her in Dragon Speed 10. She's good in TOA, she's good in guild battles, she's good in arena. So she really is just really versatile. And that's kind of why she's coming in at 4th place over Fuuko. Because she can be used in so many different things. It's pretty unbelievable. So basically what you want to pay attention to in this monster is that her second skill puts an enemy's skills on cooldown. So that's pretty good. Her third skill, cleanses, grants immunity for 2 turns, and recovers 20% of their HP. So cleanses, heals, and puts immunity on. So that skill is just really, really good. She's a great immunity monster. So that's why Delphoid is coming in at 4th place. Alright, so coming in at 3rd place is going to be Brionne, the Wind Death Knight. Now, Brionne is one of the best revivers in this game in total. Especially if you just exclude the Nat 5s, Brionne is one of the best revivers in this whole game. So I use Brionne all the time. Brionne's good and great in TOA, good in Dragons B10 if you're going for the right crystal, good in Giants B10 if you're using a beginner's team. He is good in guild battles, arena. He has a lot of uses. Just a reviver is always good to have because you can always rely on a reviver. Because if someone dies, you just revive them back. So revivers are very, very good in this game, especially Brionne. So first skill is HP block. Second skill is an AoE sword break. So those are both pretty good debuffs. And then third skill revives a dead ally and evens out the HP of all allies. And this is reusable every 6 turns max skill, I believe. So it revives everyone and evens their HP. So if everyone's on 100% and just one guy died when you revive them, assuming you have 5 guys on your team, it'll bring them all to 80%. So let's say you have Chasun or Bella, you just heal and everyone's full again on HP. So that's why Brionne is coming in at 3rd place. He's just a great monster and a great reviver. Alright, so at this point in the list, it started getting really hard for me to choose. It was hard the whole time because there's so many good win Nat 4s, but these last two were so hard for me to choose which is better. So they could really go either way, but I'm going to say you the way I see it. But I mean, I totally understand how anyone could see the monster I have in 2nd place coming in at 1st or whatever, because they're just so close, these two monsters. So Lucian the Wind Joker is going to be coming in at 2nd place. So a lot of you guys would think he's coming in at 1st place, but let me explain you why. So I had to think of them as an individual monster. So Lucian is great alone, but when you really, really use Lucian a lot is with double Lucian. So in Arena, double Lucian is great. In Giants B10, double Lucian is great. In Necro, Lucian is great. Lucian is just such a good nuker. He's the only monster in this game with AoE ignore defense, I'm pretty sure. So that skill is just so good because you don't have to use a defense break. All you need is an attack buff and he'll do the rest. Like, Lucian is just such a good monster. Lucian's great in Giants B10 speed teams, guys. He's good in all speed teams, honestly. You know, Necro. Just, Lucian is such a good monster, but I had to put him at 2nd place because as an individual unit, I don't think he's as good as the monster I put in 1st place. So basically, if you don't know what Lucian does, 1st skill is an HP block. 2nd skill attacks all enemies and randomly puts either a stun, a glancing hit, or a speed debuff on each enemy. And then the 3rd skill throws 3 cards and inflicts damage to all enemies, ignoring their defense. So AoE ignore defense is just such a good skill. So that's why Lucian is coming in at 2nd place. Now, if you hadn't guessed it already, guys, Chasun is coming in at number 1. So the reason, again, I put her over Lucian is because as an individual unit, I think Chasun's just a little bit better because Chasun is so good in arena defense, arena offense even. She's great in guild battles. So arena, guild battles, I mean TOA. You can use her in Giants, you can use her in Dragons, you can use her all over the place. She is just such a good monster. She's one of the best healers in this game because her 1st skill is glancing, so that doesn't hurt at all. It's 50. It glances with a 50% chance once you max skill it. And then the 2nd skill recovers the allies of 20% of her HP and puts an attack buff on. So if your Chasun's really tanky, it'll heal a lot. And then the 3rd skill balances the HP and the attack bar of the target ally and your HP to a higher amount than before. So basically, if Chasun's at full health and your other monster's at like really low health, it'll bring the other monsters all the way to wherever Chasun's health is, and then Chasun will take however much attack bar that guy has. So if you make your Chasun 1 speed faster than, for say, your Theomars, if your Theomar's about to die, you just Fallen Blossoms, and then it'll raise Theomars to full health, and then Chasun's attack bar will get to go to wherever Theomars's was, which, since it's only 1 speed lower, will be at the top. So it's basically like a free Violent proc for Chasun. She'll get another turn, and then you can Amuse and put a attack buff or whatever you want to do. So that's why Chasun is just such a good monster. Now, again, this was such a hard choice for me to make. So if your opinions are different, that's fine with me. Just let me know what your opinions are, because I'm curious if other people think Chasun's better than Lucian too, or if most people think Lucian's better. I don't know. but I put Jasoon better, but it was really close. The whole list was pretty hard for me to make. There's a lot of good win nat 4s, so it was hard for me to make this list. So anyways, guys, I think that's gonna wrap up this video. If you do have any questions, comments, or concerns, leave them down in the comments. We like to hear what you guys have to think too. So thank you guys all for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.